Today's collectible spot, we're having a look at the new LEGO Nickelodeon Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. This would be set 79104, the Shellraiser Street Chase. Contained in this set is 620 pieces. You also get yourself 5 LEGO minifigures, including Leonardo, Michelangelo, Dogpound, Foot Soldier, and the Krang. Up at the top, you get the 4 turtles depicted from the new cartoon, which, I don't know, Spot just... I thought I was really going to get into the series, and so far, not feeling it. I don't know what it is specifically about the cartoon that really doesn't do it for me. Maybe it's just the animation, but I don't know. I'm just not feeling it as much as I thought I was going to. I have been told if I watch more episodes, that probably will likely change. But in the meantime, I don't know. I'm just not really feeling it. On the top of the package, the pictures of the 5 minifigures. These are all actual size of what you get inside the package. When we flip it around on the back, it shows the features of the vehicle. It shows a big setup here of what you can do with the playset. Because really, essentially, the Shellraiser can turn into somewhat of a playset. And then down below, we've got some artwork of a scene being acted out here. I'm assuming it's some sort of scene. There you go. What I am going to do is take a bit of a break. I'm probably going to take a little longer than normal, being that this looks like it's going to be an extensive build. But certainly you guys won't have to see that. When I take a break, I'm going to be a bit... When we take a break, you guys will ultimately see the finished product. So when we come back, let's have a better look at the Shellraiser Street Chase. Don't go anywhere. Stay tuned. As with every other LEGO set, 79104 does come with an instruction manual showing you how to put together the Shellraiser. I would definitely say do not lose this. Hold on to it for dear life, as this is going to be a substantial build. I found the Shellraiser was a real pain in the you-know-where to put together. We'll get in that in a second, but it does come with a beefy manual. Do hold on to that. Moving that aside, let's have a look first on also something you might need that is available as well in this set is you got a brick lifter. This came in handy on a couple of occasions during this build. Good thing that they included that. As for the minifigures that come in this set, you get yourself a Krang. Not the Krang from the original cartoon, but a Krang. I don't know what it is. The minifigure just seems a little boring. You would imagine that it should be the opposite because it's pretty detailed. You see the Krang right there in the tummy chest area. I don't know what it is though. It just seems really boring to me. He's got a jetpack. Comes with a gun. I don't know if it's just the coloring or maybe it's just the fact that Spot needs to get out of... Stop living in the past, as they would say, as a youngster would say to an older person. Stop living in the past, old man. I don't know. I just look at Krang and I think to myself, where's that giant flesh-colored android, that yellowish android that had Krang in the lower belly area? I miss that. I miss that. I guess these new Krangs, I don't know, they're just not as spectacular to me as the original Krang. Only makes me think that I really wish LEGO could go back and do some of the 80s Turtles toys too. Oh, a Technodrome, I would be all over that. All over that. Moving along though, you get yourself a Foot Soldier. This one actually has katanas, or swords, or... It's a little bit different than the other foot soldiers that we've gotten in the fact that this foot soldier has brown going on in there. It's not strictly, like, it's not... Most foot soldiers in the sets tend to be mostly black. You can see that this one has brown pants, a little more brown going on there. Maybe he's the leader. He's the mini-boss if you were doing like a Lego... Lego Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Lego game. That would be so awesome. Oh, that'd be so cool. You have yourself also Dogpound. I really like this guy. I like him a lot. Really, the only thing that he utilizes from the minifigures is actually the legs. That's it. The rest of it is brand new piece. You can see his face looks awesome. He's got kind of these spikes going on his one larger arm. Some spikes on the back, his tail. I mean, his arms do rotate, despite the fact that this is a new piece and all. On a scale level, there is Michelangelo. You can see Dogpound next to him. He's not really so much bigger. He's just a little taller, but he's definitely a lot more wider than the other minifigures, and I love that. There's some problem with him, with Dogpound. We'll get into that for a second. But, I mean, certainly as a minifigure, I love him. I just love him. I think he's so very cool. Moving along, in the way of turtles, as we already looked at, you get yourself another Michelangelo. He doesn't come with his nunchucks, surprisingly, this time. He comes with kind of this, I don't know what the actual term is, so I'm not even going to attempt to say it, but it comes with this chained weapon with a hook on the end. Now, the instructions only show one hook on the end, but Lego actually gives you, if I reach off camera here, a second hook. So if you wanted to, you can actually take that second hook and peg it in to the other handle, and you can have a dual hooked weapon. Again, name escapes Spot, but Michelangelo does come with that. I wish he had come with nunchucks, being that the only other Michelangelo that I've picked up only came with one pair of nunchucks, so two. Obviously, I love Michelangelo with dual nunchucks, but face, from what I remember, is a little bit different. It's a little bit different from the other Michelangelo. This one's got his tongue sticking out. Maybe he's eaten ice cream. As with the other Michelangelo too, and really all the other turtles, there is, if I just take this off here, there is back printing on the actual back of the minifigure. If you want to have your turtle without the shell, I really don't know why, but if you did, you at least have the back printing on his torso. Let's put that back on there. There we go. And lastly, you get yourself Leonardo. This Leo is really angry. Really angry. As a comparison too, you can see that Leonardo, and actually, I just realized this, Spot made a mistake. I was just going to say the coloring on the two turtles are different from one another. You can see, you see Spot made a mistake, but you can see how Michelangelo is quite a bit lighter in color than Leonardo. Also helps when you're using these, Spot would be pointing in his eyes, when you're using your eyes, you can easily tell which piece goes on which turtle. Because really, the bottom halves are exactly the same aside from coloring. I don't really like this Leo necessarily, the fact that he is so angry. Take the katanas out of his hand. But I like the fact that at least I've got a Leo. I think the other Leo, I don't think it was with the Baxter Stockman set. I think the other Leo is with the Sewer Lair, which I don't know if I'm going to pick up. Lairs and stuff like that, I always just find like, it's not the crucial pieces for me to get. I always like more vehicles and stuff like that. But I really like these Ninja Turtle minifigures. Expression or not, I still think these are awesome. And they're still my favorite minifigures that I have seen. I've collected in my travels. Moving those aside, let's have a look at the the Pizzarama truck. This is Antonio's Pizzarama. Hoagies and steaks. What? Zoom in? Yes, absolutely. There he is right there, Antonio. Some sticker application. My sticker's a little off, but Antonio's Pizzarama. Hoagies and steaks, what does that say? Sandwiches? I can't even read that. Pizza by the slice, Italian ice. Flip it around, same idea. This sticker I put on a little easier. On the back, there's an I Love New York. License plate down below there. The doors on the pizza truck open, as you can see here. And inside, it holds little canisters. Canisters of ooze, canisters of slime. Your thoughts. Some sticker application on the top. You get 2 of them. You can clearly see too the pizza truck is quite a bit small. It's a very small vehicle compared to the Shellraiser here. I don't know, scale-wise, maybe it's accurate. I mean, if isn't that originally part of a subway car? I don't know, maybe it would be larger than this truck, but the truck is quite small. Now the idea is you're supposed to take Dogpound here, and you're supposed to be able to get him into his vehicle. Not very easy. In fact, in the instructions, they actually say that you should really take the top piece off. Maybe not necessarily with the windshield. You can take the top piece off, put Dogpound in the truck, get his legs to actually peg in there, and then put the piece over top. And you have Dogpound in his truck, in the pizza truck. For all that, they really could have just had like a lever, like a hatch, like a door you could actually just kind of hinge open and then put him in that way, instead of having to take the roof off every single time you want to put Dogpound in there. I probably would never put him in there anyways, but you see what Spot's saying. Hopefully if you're following along. Just take that off, take Dogpound back out. Of the mutants that we've gotten so far, put that there. Of the mutants we've gotten so far, Dogpound by far is my favorite. I liked Fishface, but I love Dogpound. He just looks so awesome. So just kudos to you once again, Lego. A fantastic job. So we've had a look at the pizza truck. Let's put that aside. We've had a look at the minifigures. Let's put that aside. Let's have a look at the Shellraiser. For starters, there's a little bit of hair here. For starters, it's large. This is a very large vehicle. This is also one of Spot's most frustrating builds that he has done. It's a very hard piece to describe, but if I flip it upside down, I won't be able to show you this, but if you flip it upside down, this piece right here, this black piece, is all one piece. Now, the way that the instructions are, these yellow pieces actually don't attach to this bottom piece. They only attach by pieces that clamp the two together. So I found on a couple of occasions while I was putting it together, trying to put it together, I had a couple of cases where if I pushed it down, this piece would just go straight up because these actually weren't attached to one another. You're essentially building a shell on either side of that middle piece, and then you're just kind of building it up around that way. A little bit of a frustration, let me tell you. I don't know, maybe it's just me, but I had a little bit of a frustration putting it together. I suppose the end product is a really neat looking vehicle. You got yourself some front tires with some sticker application here. Very large tires going on in the back there. Being, I guess that is a subway cart, you have an actual compartment underneath where it has the subway cart wheels, and they rotate. You have a front bumper piece, which I think I like quite a bit. And I think overall it's done well. You've got the top green kind of roofing going on here, and then on top you've got a neat cannon. Now the cannon it's hinged, it allows you to rotate, but it's ratcheted, which I like. It rotates up and down. This piece should not fall off, but it rotates back and forth. There is an interesting flick fire missile. You actually have to press this button up at the top here. Let me just zoom in here. Zoom in. You actually have to press this button right here, and that button releases the missile. Get that piece back on there. There we go. It does fire a little larger of a missile than what we've gotten in the past. You can just slide it back into place like so, and then when to fire it again, just press that. Moving it down. I can tell you the whole time I was building this too, and maybe this is just my nostalgic side to me, but the whole time I was building this, I kept thinking to myself, I'm looking at this, I wonder if I could position some of these pieces and build myself an original turtle van. It's possible. I think it is possible. You know, this obviously would be the roof. You would just put a thin piece at the back. That essentially could go in the front and you know, move around some of the windows. It is possible. You might need some extra pieces. This vehicle is all right, but a turtle van I think would have been a lot cooler. Now granted, turtle van, we're thinking of two completely different turtle properties, two different turtle cartoons, but a man can dream, can he not? The side pieces, these side doors can open up, and on the one side you flip this out and you've got yourself a computer screen. Can you see that right there? You got a little computer screen and you've got a skateboard for Michelangelo. There's some sticker application on the top there. That peg's actually just back into the side here. And again, these could totally work as the turtle van side panels. That would open up. You'd have Raph sitting in there with the gun turret chair. The other side opens up and you've got yourself a rack for weapons, the turtle weapons. Now, according to the instructions, I haven't tried really this yet, but according to the instructions, you can take the top piece here off, like so. And there you have the inner workings of the vehicle. You can put that to the side. Now these tires, again, according to the instructions, move up. Maybe not necessarily that high up, but they can move up. Move this one back, move this one up. Turn it around, move this one up, move this tire up. And then you've got it as kind of a base of sorts. Or I guess it's then the actual cart. Then these panels can fold out and you've got yourself like a little scene. Inside, there's really not a lot to speak of. There's a few seats, I guess, if you want. There's seats in the back, seats in the front that you can hold the turtles. And then when you're ready to go, just fold these tires back down, fold them back down, tire back down, tire back down. Oh, also, before Spot puts the roof back on, I'm gonna just show you something here. If I zoom in, you see this piece right here, this piece right here, this piece, these pieces, those yellow pieces in the back, those clip essentially these side pieces to this black frame. So again, I had it a couple of times where when I was trying to put a piece on and I was applying pressure, it ended up pushing this straight through and these pieces just fell off. So I had a little bit of a frustration putting this Shellraiser together. I suppose at the end of the day though, it is a nice looking vehicle. If I really had any real fault to make to it, it's just the fact that it's not the turtle van. Not the turtle van. And that disappoints me. Because it totally could be the turtle van. Even in maybe just in my world, but it totally could be a turtle van. Anybody else thinking that? I suppose there is probably somebody out there that if they could customize this, making it into a turtle van, I would love to certainly see it. As a whole, this set is surprisingly where I found it. This set has pretty much been the most expensive set from the turtle line. It's actually even more expensive than the turtle lair. Sure, you get a much larger vehicle, it's very beefy, and you get yourself a smaller vehicle. I don't know if necessarily I'm a fan of this vehicle. Again, maybe it's just the fact that I see it as one thing, as something else it could be instead of the Shellraiser. As a playable vehicle, I would say, you know, a little bit of caution when playing with it. It's one of those Lego pieces that I don't find is super secure. If you're not careful and you bang it the wrong way, I feel like it could really just fall apart. Size-wise, it's definitely, I guess it's definitely worth the value of how much it is, but I don't think I would say it's one of my favorite sets from the Turtle line. I know it's surprising for how much you get as a vehicle, it's actually not one of my favorites. If I could give this set as a whole a rating, I would give it a 7.5. It's not a bad set, but speaking from me who was building this set, it was frustrating. It was very, very frustrating. And at the end of the day, this, really for me, would love it to be a turtle van instead. Again, that's just some old guy talking. You guys might disagree. But if you like the new Turtle cartoon, absolutely, I would say maybe this is a set you'd want to pick up, but expect frustration building it. Today's collectible spot, however, we're looking at the new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles set 79104. We're looking today at the Shellraiser Street Chase. As a side note, again, I really love Dogpound, the minifigure. He is totally awesome. Thanks for watching as you always do, guys. Certainly stick around. There are more collectible spots heading your way. There might also be some more Lego heading your way as well. I will definitely see you guys then.